Hello, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 9th, 2025. This is your update for Friday the 10th. All right, let's go. Well, down a little today in the portfolio. We had some corrective action, but we were due. But I tell you, this NUAI really helped. One day triggers and IPTs are a good thing, obviously. It happened fast, but it did happen. So that's a great thing. And again, not to pour salt in anyone's wounds, but when you have a big move like we saw in the KYTX yesterday, make sure you lock and load on that for future reference at least. As far as setups, since we have two golds in here and they both hit the IPT, technically we have a spot open for that sector. And with that said, all the corrective action to goals today, the OR looks interesting. In fact, look at the persistency in this TKO. People ask me what's a good TKO look like. That's what it looks like. It stands out like a sore thumb. It looks much different than all the other bars. Nice wide range to the downside. This is almost textbook in nature. It could be a little bit deeper, but for me to call it textbook, but it's pretty close. Whenever you see a stock wide range bar down, close on its butt like that, that's usually a good thing because one or two things are going to happen. Usually you'll see some initial follow through the downside, but if it can reverse and get all the way back to the highs, then in that case, it could be the real deal. It could be a possible reversal in the works. So, of course, as usual, wait for entries. NP still looks interesting. Make sure you wait for an entry on that one, too. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and we'll drill down a little bit. ABCL coming in a little, but so far looking pretty good. Hovering not too far away from those brand new multi-month highs, multi-year highs, actually. ATAI down a little after trying to rally. Cypher actually closed at brand new highs. I'm going to let it open up a little bit on the stop in case you were wondering on that. KGC, a little bit of a knockout move, but it was due. In fact, gold overall obviously looks like that, as you'll see in 1 second. KTOS also due for some corrective action. After tailing higher, it obviously made an outside day down, but not the end of the world. It probably will correct a little more based on this action. But so far, it still looks pretty good longer term, so let's not get too excited just yet. KYTX, nice little opening gap there, opening lap, I should say, and a little bit of a rally. This was as far as I'm concerned, that's a second shot at taking those partial profits. Whenever it happens really fast, and I haven't processed today's week of charts, but if you weren't able to make it today, I did talk a little bit about that and some things to kind of consider with that. Now, in UAI, this is what we live for, right? Trigger on the same day, bang out that IPT. Now, is it sustainable? Who knows? We'll find out. But we expected a crazy ride, and we got one today. And that one, kind of got excited doing the show. You'll see one of you guys was pointing it out. Jim, I believe, was pointing out that it was banging out or getting close to banging out that IPT. Anyway, I did take profits a little bit early based on the magnitude of the move, and that's basically what I was just explaining earlier in the show. So check out the show when you get a chance. And I guess I need to get it loaded first. There is I guess it would be a raw, unedited version on YouTube, the live version. So if you want to check that out, it is up there already. Now that I think about it. TFPM, another one of those knockout-ish type of moves into goals. I'm not going to get too excited just yet. We've had a good run, but when it comes time, it'll end, obviously. But let's just see if we can survive a correction or two. That's the name of the game. S&P 500 getting to the overall market. Tried to rally, came back in. Not the end of the world, just down really 0.25% on the day. Looking pretty good still longer term. NASDAQ Composite ending in Flatsville, so after tailing lower. IWM, kind of all over the place, ending down a little bit on the day. So far, its uptrend remains intact. Let's take a look at gold, the commodity, getting hit fairly hard after trying to rally. Gold stocks got whacked fairly hard, too, as you would imagine. Not the end of the world, though, again, but just a little corrective action. XME tried to rally, came back in, closed in Flatsville. And like the rest of the metals, will likely correct a little bit fairly soon. It would be great if you can get out the way and get back in, but believe me, that's not how it works. I've tried everything over the years. You're better off just letting your positions run. SMH down a little bit, but just off an all-time high, so far so good there. Nice little breakout, remains intact. Back to the metals, big old fat outside day down on silver, but what's kind of shocking here is it actually closed higher by the end of the day. So it's kind of all over the place, but certainly there's some demand left there. Biotech, kind of Flatsville. So, for the most part, not a tremendous amount to report today. A little corrective action here today, a little corrective action in the momentum and metals stocks. But overall, things still look pretty good. You know the routine. Take things one day at a time. If you have any questions, you know the routine there too. Feel free to shoot me an email or hit me up on Facebook. Everybody have a fantastic night. We'll talk tomorrow. Thanks so much.